All right, so today we have a Shure UR2 wireless microphone that has a bad power switch. So this one, when you turn it on and off, nothing happens, but when I turn it on, it's a little mangled, it's got some damage. Turn it on and I wiggle it, the mic will turn on, and then to turn it off, nothing happens until I press and wiggle the switch with my nail. So I'll show you guys how to repair this guy. So we'll unscrew the microphone head first. We'll set that aside. And then we'll unscrew the battery compartment. We can remove the batteries. And then we're gonna remove this guy here. It doesn't have any screws, just pulls out. Now we have the microphone here, and then what we need to do next is get a little screwdriver, and we're gonna remove this little rubber liner that goes around the switch. That's what it looks like. All right, now we can work the rubber cover from the antenna. Work it off like that. Carefully take that off. Now we have this little antenna part, and what we're going to need to do is get some pliers. And what we can do is, there's a little notch here, so we can do is grab it, loosen it up, and then we can unscrew it by hand. It's like that. This thing swivels, so don't worry, it's not broken. Then we have a little kind of a nut washer here, and this one is going to be a little bit more difficult, but if we grab pliers and it's a little bit easier to do it like that. No worries there. And then we're just going to use a screwdriver to. All right, so there it is. Set that off to the side. Now we're going to go over to the side of the microphone, and we need to remove these two screws here. All right, so I've got a little hex T5 star, and it should loosen up even by hand. Okay, now we got those screws off. Use our fingers. We'll do it upside down so the little pad comes out with the little bracket. Okay, now we've got that, and then we got one more thing to do here. We're gonna take some needle nose pliers or some tweezers, and we got this little ring here that we're gonna need to remove. All right, and now we should be able to push on the antenna and the electronics should slide out of the microphone like that. I'm gonna set that to the side. And now we're gonna get to this little antenna. By the antenna, there's a power switch, and that's what we need to desolder and install a new switch. All right, we've got our new switch here in this little baggie. This is what it looks like. It's a little on-off switch. If you guys can see, that's what it looks like. And these pins are really long. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna trim them before we install them onto this board, because they're gonna hit the antenna, because otherwise we'd have to take apart this screw, and it's just extra work that I don't think needs to happen. Got a little bit of solder just to get this switch prepped for taking it out, and apply a little bit of solder. So we're gonna remember off is to the left, on is right. Can do this probably one-handed. We can just kind of hold it like this, warm up the should come out like that. So what we'll do is we will take the new switch and the old switch, and we're gonna take some pliers, and we're just gonna trim our leads. Like that. And it's going to be easier to install it. Make sure we have corresponding off and off, on. And we're going to kind of get it going, and then now we're just going to reflow this. And so you need an iron with a very relatively small tip to do this job. See, there it is. And then we're gonna just trim maybe this one. The last one was a little bit tall. Just gonna trim it, and we'll trim it up just a little bit. Clean that. Okay, so now let's turn the microphone on. And there it goes. All right, that's how you replace the switch.